I'm going to start by giving you a little background of myself. So thanks for the introduction. I just want to add a few other little things. So I'm the founder of Webbing, which is a growth marketing agency that we set up 10 years ago. And I think it was the first, or maybe one of the very first location independent agencies. So that means that, as you said, we work mostly with a remote team. And I've been doing this for a few years, even when I was still in Italy before. So it's been like 20 years now. I'm quite old now. And I also write for several magazines and blogs. And in my career, I've been doing a lot of campaigns for brands in every industry. So we don't have a specific focus. Our main focus is digital marketing, but we do that for many different brands. And I also launched a pop-up academy last year. And it's basically we do digital training, both offline in selected co-working spaces in several countries. And also now I just launched an online course on Facebook ads. So that's going to be the very first online course for us. And we will add a few more. And when I'm not working, I keep busy with my young daughters, which are quite little and let me say engaging, a lot more than Instagram followers. I also love surfing, but since I live in London, I'm pretty stuck, so I'm a bit unlucky, and I just try to convince Her Majesty to build like a wave garden here in London so I can surf more. So let's go into the presentation now. So about Instagram, I love Instagram because it's a social media that you can use today still in an organic way. So you don't really need to run ads if you want to basically reach a lot of people. So I have I manage several accounts with my agency, and we have developed such a kind of a process to run profiles effectively, and I'm going to share some of the things that we do, some tactics and strategies that we apply to every account. So the first thing is to have an audience. So that meaning thousands of followers, which is something that it takes time to do. So if you're starting today and you're starting from zero, it's going to take a while to grow the account. So my first advice is to find a way to get thousands of followers, of course, without buying followers. And what we usually do is to find an account, an active account in the same niche, and use it and buy it. So there are a lot of websites and Facebook groups where you can actually buy profiles in many different niches. So what you can do is to try to find the one that is close to what you do and try to buy it. When you find it, before you start the buying process, you should analyze the profile and make sure that the followers are real. So to do so, you can do two different things. You can go on socialblade.com and see if you add the Instagram profile, you can see the growth of the profile. And once you see that it has a regular growth, usually means that it's a good account. Then you go in the profile and you check the followers manually. So you just browse some followers and to see if they are real, basically, and that's quite easy to spot. So it's something that you need to do before you decide to buy that account. Then you need to, if you already have an account, you should change your name and put the old name into the new one. And you need to do that at the very same time in that specific moment. Otherwise, you risk to lose your Instagram name. So you just basically do it at the same time. You open both profiles with two different, one with a smartphone and the other one with a computer, and you just basically change the names. So you put the old name into the new profile. And then you need to clean your feed because the new profile maybe has photos that you don't want to keep. And so you can start cleaning the feed and by deleting all the photos or some of the photos. We use Cleaner, which is an app which makes it very easy to do. So it's once you have your profile ready, you can start continuing changing all the information on the account. So basically, the first thing is the bio. Our advice is to keep it clear and brief, and to add a UTM to the link in the bio and shorten it. So basically, you can track all the traffic coming from Instagram in Google Analytics. That's very useful. So you can understand how much traffic you're getting from Instagram. Then you need to add your own hashtag. So if you're a brand, you need to decide which hashtag you're going to use, and you will use that hashtag to ask people, for example, to repost or to share posts about something using your own hashtag, and then you can repost these media easily. And also, if you're in e-commerce, you might want to create a landing page with featured products, which is a process that I will highlight in the next few slides. So basically, you create something which allows people to go on a website and maybe buy the products you showcase on Instagram. So this is an example of a profile that we manage. It's called Zebra Dream Ice Cream. They sell ice cream. It's a brand of ice cream in Australia. And as you can see, the bio is quite rich. We added a few emojis, so we keep it very simple and nice to read. And also we added the hashtag Zebra Dream to be featured. And you can see below the link, which is shortened and contains a UTM to the website. And then on the left, on the right, you can see the most recent posts that were posted using the brand hashtag. So you can see that more than 2,000 posts, including ours, have been posted on Instagram. So that's very good because you can even, if you want, you can even set up if you're a fan of Zapier, you can set up a Zap, and you can get all the hashtags by a specific. You can all the photos from a specific hashtag and add them to a Google Sheet file, for example. And also, the next step would be to design your feed. So what you need to you really need to do is to invest in great content. So we won't follow people or brands if they post crappy photos. So we want to see beautiful things. Instagram has lots of beautiful photos and videos, and we are all used to like and engage with the content that we really like. So a lot of brands that I met undervalue this aspect. They think that they can just post any photo they have, but that's not going to make it easy for you to grow the account quickly. So we need beautiful photos, beautiful stories, inspiring images, and basically we need to create we need to do a lot of storytelling. So in this example, you can see a couple of feeds from this profile, which is really beautiful because as soon as you land on their main Instagram profile, you can see all the photos, and you can see that there is a logic behind the feed. So it's really nice to browse this kind of profiles. Then you need to understand when to post the media. So we suggest to post one photo or video per day and one story per day. And you should be posting when your audience is online. So basically, to do so, you can just access your insights from the app and see when your followers are are online, and you can post when they are online, of course. So you can get a lot more engagement. This is an example where you can add your own hashtag to the caption. You can even think of creating some sort of signature that you add to every caption you write. So it's easier for people to understand what the call to action might be in relation to the post. And also, you may want to add up to 30 hashtags. We suggest to create several sets of hashtags so you don't use the same ones over and over again. Instagram tends to apply a shadow ban to the accounts that always use the same hashtags over and over with every media they post. The shadow ban is a light ban that prevent people who are not following you to see your photos in with the hashtags that you use. One other thing that you should do is to write cool captions. So even if you have great photos, the caption is what really makes the difference. And the caption shouldn't be something like describing the photos that you see, but they need to add something to the photo. So some meaning, or they should add like a story or something. Sometimes you don't know what to write. So maybe because we're busy or we just don't want to invest so much time into the caption. But we use this simple process to get ideas. So basically, every photo has a main subject. Let's say we are talking about ice creams. And what we do is to search for quotes, like ice cream quotes on Tumblr or Pinterest and get ideas, like in this example. If you go on Pinterest and you add ice cream quotes, you get a lot of beautiful images with a lot of interesting quotes. And maybe you can get ideas from here and just start from one or just use one of those, or maybe just adjust and change one of those to suit your photo. So this is a simple process to get to nice captions. And then the next step is to find your customers. So where are your customers? Basically, they follow your competitors. So that's quite easy. So competitors and similar accounts are what we are after. So basically, the main idea is to start engaging with the followers of competitors and similar accounts, and with people who tag themselves in specific locations. So we need to create awareness. Basically, we need to tell these people, hey, we exist, we are Zebra Dream Ice Cream. So to do so, we start engaging with them using basically manual tools, or you can even think of automating these tasks. So the first step would be to write a list of the competitors' profiles, make a list of locations where basically our audience tag themselves, and then we can start engaging with them. So we start liking their photos, we add comments, we follow them, we try to build a conversation and some sort of a relationship with them. Another thing that we can do is to get free traffic to our website. There are two places where you can add links on Instagram. One is the bio, and the second one is stories. As long as you have more than 10,000 followers and your account is a business account, so it's tied with a Facebook page, you can add links to the stories. And links in the stories open in within the app, so you don't open the external browser on your smartphone. This is the example. You upload the photo. Once you upload the photo, you have a link icon on top. You add the link. Of course, you can add the UTM here, and then when you post the story, people will see that little see more, and if they swipe up, they will open the link on the right that you can see. It's the website within the app. So it's really interesting. You may also give a little more visibility to the links by adding like an arrow or just posting even a call to action telling people swipe up to do this. And once you've posted the stories, you may even want to keep the stories visible on your profile. And for example, in this example, we added all the 7 flavors of the ice cream that we have, and they can be used as a kind of a navigational menu also. So each highlight is a story, and each one contains a link to the relevant page on the website. So it's very easy for someone who visit your profile to just click on one of those, open up the story, and then open up the links. This is another idea. If you have an e-commerce, for example, and you want to use Instagram to showcase your products or your offers, you can just basically create an empty page on your website based on your theme, or you can use like a CMS or even an external service like Linktree. And then you can embed your Instagram posts, which are related to the products. And then you can add a few other tools on your website, like the price and the buy now button. So basically, like in this example of a profile that we helped set up, this is an online shopping, an online e-commerce website, and they used to showcase some of the products that they sell. And as you can see, shop our Insta. Once you, in this example, if you see this product in the middle, and then you click on the link on the top, you land on this page where you have all the embedded posts of the products. And from here, you can click and go on the website and buy it straight away. So it's quite easy for people who follow you and like your products to just be a click away from the shopping website. So this is really simple. Another thing is if you have a store, a physical store, you might want to make it really photogenic in order to have people who come to the store to take photos and post them on Instagram. This is another example of a nice case history. It's a little cafe in Bali, and the owner confirmed me that she built the place for Instagram basically. So as you can see in that place, there are like the wall, which is a nice wall where you can take beautiful photos, and you have a photogenic product like in these examples. And I assure you that if you go to this place and order something, food or drinks, the first thing you do is to take your smartphone out and take a photo and Instagram it. So it's when this happens and you're the owner of the place, you get a lot of free advertising. Basically, all your customers posting photos and basically amplifying your place on Instagram. So it's really effective, and it's something that a lot of stores are doing right now. So there are a lot of places, even here in London, and when you go, they pay so much attention to how they present their foods and their products. They even refurbish the places so they are more photogenic. So they pay more attention to the lights, and they also pay attention to like the walls or the wallpapers, even the tables, like in this example. You can see that it's very easy to take beautiful photos if you go in a place like that. So then there is another nice hack, and this is something that you can try to do to get a repost from the Instagram profile itself. It's not easy, but it can happen, like we'll see in a couple of slides. Basically, you need to start engaging with people who work in Instagram. To do so, you can use LinkedIn. You go on LinkedIn and you search for people who work at Instagram. Before you do that, you post an article with your like the most beautiful photos you have on your profile, and then you post like you add 3 posts of another selection of photos. Then you search for people who work at Instagram and you visit their profiles. So they get a notification that you visited them. And in most cases, they will visit you back just to see who visited them. And then you go on Instagram and you search for them and you start engaging, like in this example. This is LinkedIn. You go on the advanced search. You look for Instagram company, and then you add current company's Instagram. You may want to search your connections and also people you don't know. And when you get the list, like here, the results, you see nearly 3,700 people who work at Instagram. You can start browsing the profiles. You see what their job title is. And for example, Julie Pellet, I just searched for her on Instagram. I found her. And what I do is I follow her and I start engaging with the content, like in this example. So I just added a comment on this photo. And if you do this over and over, you might end up having, you create awareness basically, and you might be reposted from them, like our friend Helga did here in London, following this kind of tip. And she was featured by Instagram on the Instagram blog, and she got a few reposts. So she increased the visibility of her profile by just interacting with the right people at Instagram. And this is another example from another friend, Francesco, and he was the first one to use this hack. He told me about this last year, and he was able to become quite famous with this project, which is also showcased at the Instagram headquarters in California. So yeah, he was interviewed by Instagram and also reposted and also followed by Instagram itself. So it's a proven tactic that this kind of hack works. And yeah, you might not be enough lucky. The first thing is that you need to pay attention to is to have a great feed, so you won't get reposted if you don't have like a special profile, something which is really creative, unique, original, and get the attention of Instagram. Last thing is about posting. Now you can post from your computer. You don't have to use your phone all the time. Instagram recently released the official APIs, so there are a lot of third-party tools that you can use, like Hootsuite or Iconosquare, for example. Before Instagram released the APIs, there were other tools which are still there. They weren't official. So like Untitled, it's one that we've been using for a while now. And it's good because you can also schedule not just your posts, but even the first comment. So if you want to post the hashtags separately, not in the main caption, you can schedule the posts and the first comment directly from this tool without ever opening your phone. So that was it. And thank you very much for following, and email me for slides, or I will also make them available to Alexandra. So maybe it's easier for you to share it.